You guys all know about this, the engagement. An elegant dinner. A kneeling groom asks his love to marry him, just as she discovers a humongous rock in her champagne glass. Hello. Reality check. Today, we're going to meet 3 engaged couples who call each other names, endure meddling relatives, bitter exes, and could easily go 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. Are these pre-wedding jitters or the biggest mistake of their lives? They all want to go down the aisle, but should they go their separate ways instead? Now, my first guests have split up and made up a dozen times. A dozen times. I've generally been a one-trial learner. You know? She says she loves him, but can she grow old with him? Take a look.
Aaron asked me to marry him 8 months ago.
I can't see myself marrying anybody else.
My biggest problem with him is his laziness.
We started fighting more when I got laid off.
He decided that he was going to play the whole time he was off of work. And that's when I started getting angry.
How are we talking about something totally different? Explain.
We're talking about most of our fights are due to him not helping me around the house. I'm not making up stuff, Aaron. You can't even remember. You only remember what you want to remember. His butt's usually on that couch watching sports. It seems like we're just constantly on the defensive. Austin's my 6-year-old son from a previous marriage.
Austin and I are very close. I think of him as my own son.
My son loves and adores him. I have an ATM card, and I told you that I do whatever you want to.
I told you that I did everything. Sometimes we fight in front of Austin.
Someone starts crying, and the other one is still angry.
If I tell Austin it's time to go to bed, Michelle will say, no, he just got home.
I'm always afraid of Austin's feelings getting hurt.
And I feel like the bad guy all the time. And neither one of us really listens to what the other person's saying.
When Aaron gets angry, he'll call me names. He's called me a bitch.
I feel bad about it. I know I shouldn't do that.
I usually just walk away and cry.
I know I haven't pulled my weight, but when I do, it's not ever enough.
This last year has been the worst year of my life.
Dr. Phil, how can I be a better man so I can make one of my dreams happy?
Well, good question. Y'all have been engaged how long?
Since June of last year.
Since June of last year. So what's that, like 8 months or something like that, 8, 9 months? Okay, but you've been together for 4 years? Mm-hmm. 4 years.
4 to 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
We lived together for 4.
So what's up with that? I mean, I have a theory, and that is, if it takes you 5 years to talk yourself into something, it might not be a good idea. So does that bother you all that it's taken you a long time to decide?
It wasn't that. It was that I didn't have the money for the ring that I wanted to get her, and we've always talked about it. It was always there. We were always planning on doing it. I just hadn't asked her yet.
For 4 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Good point, right?
Because of the communication that we have. We love each other, but we can't, it's like we get defensive right off the bat whenever one of us says something to the other person. Both of us do it.
So why do you do it?
I don't know.
So have you set a date for the wedding?
No.
No. We don't have the money for it right now.
It's still a financial issue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've been together for 4+ years. You've been engaged 8 months, but you still don't have a date set. See, I got to tell you, and listen, I'm not going to tell you guys where to get married or not, because that's up to you guys. I mean, you shouldn't substitute my judgment for your own there, but I am going to ask you some questions that might clarify some things in your thinking. And I have to tell you, I don't believe what you just said. I haven't married her for 4 years because I didn't have money for the ring. Because if you wanted to marry her, you could have married her before now. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, there are 5 key questions that I think people should ask themselves when they're thinking about getting married. And I want everybody to listen to this. Write these down, turn on your VCR, whatever you want to do, because I want to go over 5 key questions that I think everybody should ask before you get married. And one is why. Do you know why you want to marry him?
Well, up until, when we started fighting, it's just when we're together, I love being with him.
Okay, and you want that feeling, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so that's driving your choice. Why are you wanting to marry her?
It's basically the same thing. I like being with her when we enjoy doing the same things. We like relaxing together.
All right, how do you feel
And-
about being single?
It's been so long since I was single. I don't.
Yeah. How about you?
Do I want to?
Yeah, have you done an autopsy on your last relationship, by the way?
Yeah.
You,
As
you
far
went
as
in and
thought about-
figured out why the wheels came off there. Do you know exactly why?
I know a pretty good reason as to why.
What was the number one thing?
I went into the relationship doing everything for him when we moved out together. I'd cook, clean, do everything, and just wanted to be the perfect little wife. And that caused, bitterness in me towards him that he didn't, he just didn't appreciate it. I wanted something back from him, and I just,
And you didn't get it.
right.
Is that happening again now? Are you wanting things back that you're not getting?
I want him to contribute to the housework, yeah.
Would that be a yes?
Yes,
I want things from him that I'm not getting.
yes.
All right, question number 2. Are you moving away from something or are you moving towards something? Because, people get married sometimes we'll move our position, we'll change where we are because we don't like where we are, not necessarily that we love where we're headed. Sometimes I'll see people get married because they're living with their parents and they just hate that. I so want out of here. So here comes, he may not be Mr. Right, but he's Mr. Right now. And so he's here right now, and I want out right now. And so they're moving away from a negative instead of towards a positive.
I want to be married to him.
Specifically,
Yes,
he's not handy, he's the one,
yes.
you think.
If he was handy around the house, yes.
Yeah, that would help.
I think if he just realized how bad he does hurt me, that he would maybe do something to try to change that.
We're talking with my guests, Aaron and Michelle, about whether they should walk down the aisle when right now every day is a battle, right? But you say that you are moving towards him, not just away from not being married. Okay, would you say the same thing? You're getting married not because it's just the next thing to do, but because you specifically want to be married to this specific individual.
I thought I was going to be single forever, to tell you the truth, until I met her. And the way we were when the first couple of years we were together, it was great. We'd cook together, we'd do all these things together, and we just kind of went away from that and she works a stressful job, so when she gets home, she's going 100 miles an hour, and so and I'm tired, and we don't know how to communicate anymore. We don't.
The third question is, what are your expectancies? What are your expectancies about marriage? Now, you've been married, so you know that it's not a sitcom with a laugh track that comes in the back, okay? You know that. But what are your expectancies of marriage?
I wanted him to respect me and just love me and be with somebody forever that I can get along with. Of course, we're going to have hard times, but to get through those hard times with, through communication rather than yelling at somebody you're supposed to love.
So you want
and
him to respect you and love you and
be able to communicate.
be able to talk to you, communicate. And what are your expectancies about what marriage is supposed to be?
Well, I want someone that supports me in my decisions and doesn't second guess my decisions, and someone that like her, she's always loving, and when we're not fighting, of course, but and a good mother to my kids when we have them.
I went through everything you said from your standpoint, and I'm going to analyze the pros and cons of this situation based on what you said, okay? But I've got them up here on a big chart for you in the back so we can take a look at them. I'm just going to fill it out. Now, on the pros, one of the things you haven't mentioned yet, you said you thought he was pretty cute. But you said that he was good with your son as well, okay? You said he was good with your son, but yet you did say just sometimes because you disagree about his discipline sometimes, correct? So he's good with your son when he's good with him, but you have problems with the discipline. But I still put that on the pro side because you have a good relationship with Austin, right? And you think he does as well.
Yes.
Okay, and you said you thought he's pretty cute. Okay, you got cute up there. And I don't want to embarrass you, but you said he was pretty good in bed.
Why didn't
Okay. Well, you did. You said.
I did.
Yes, you did.
I did not say
Yes, you did. You said that you had a good. You said that was a good part of your relationship. Did you not say that?
No, I don't remember saying that.
Well, is it untrue?
Well, I
Do you want us to move it over to the other side?
no.
Because if you need to move it, we can move it. All right?
No, it's all right. Yeah.
Okay, you'll leave it there?
Please don't move it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're sitting there saying, right. All right, but you said you had a good sexual relationship, intimate relationship, when y'all weren't fighting. That was good. Mm-hmm. All right, on the con side, and now you tell me if I've got something here you didn't say. All right, number one, you said he won't help around the house. Okay, so no help. Number two, you said he calls you the B word. Number three, you said he calls you the C word. True?
He has a few times, yeah.
He has a few times. Women have
One
a
time.
real long memory.
It was one time. But
Okay? You said he's lazy. You said he can be downright mean. You said, now, I have this down, but I think it's wrong. You said that he left you a dozen times, but that's not true?
We've almost split up a dozen times.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
So you said you've almost split up a dozen times. You said he spends hours playing TV, watching TV and playing video games. True?
He has, yeah.
You said he was selfish. You said he puts me down. You said he has no compassion, like when you were sick. He said, just because you're sick, how come I got to be sick? And he went to his friend's house.
it was one time.
True or false? I was just asking.
I've been there every other time. That was one time.
Yeah, okay.
But
You said, I know I'm blocking this list here. You said he's financially irresponsible. You said he has no respect for you. You said he yells and apparently has baggage from prior life experiences in that you've been around a lot of fighting in your life before now. Mm-hmm. So you grew up with a lot of that.
that's
around.
mainly where that comes from. When I get mad,
Yeah. So, gee, I don't know. Do y'all have some work to do or not?
Yeah, I think so.
a whole bunch.
I mean, now, you probably have never looked at it like this.
No.
And you're probably saying, well, Aaron, you're probably saying, well, you kind of took all this out of context. I'm not sure what context the C word goes into. I mean, how do you fold that into a conversation? And these are your perceptions of him at this point. Would that be
There's
true?
no more pros?
Pardon me?
Are there any more pros? I was just wondering.
No?
There's gotta be.
Hey, you damn near lost the third one now. So, I don't know. What do you think? Y'all ready to walk down the aisle or not?
No, I think we need a lot of work. That's why we're here, Phil.
Well, yeah. And I think you got a lot of work to do before you get married. Because I think if you got married now, all of these things would be a problem the week you got married. Do you think that's true or not?
Yeah.
And I haven't even gotten into the top 10 things you need to have resolution on before you get married. I've just gotten through 3 of the 5 critical questions and just did a quick little snapshot of what your relationship health was right now. So you wanted an honest opinion, and instead of giving you opinion, I thought I would give you some fact. My next guest called off their wedding just before the invitations were sent out. But more than 2 years later, they're not exactly together and not exactly apart. Take a look.
The biggest problems in our relationship are my fiance's ex and his mother.
There's a little bit of unresolved issues with my ex.
He lied to me about contacting her. It just destroyed me and my trust in him. Then why did you say?
I knew it bothered Jennifer.
In past relationships, I've been cheated on.
I don't know if I've really been able to recover with Jennifer since that one phone call.
He became a different person. I really wish that we were able to talk, to be the friends that we used to be.
I have tried to talk with Jennifer about past issues that she cannot seem to forget.
When we're in an argument, I throw Rick's past in his face. I'll forgive, but I won't forget.
My mother saw how much it was bothering me. Well, how you doing, Mom? Jennifer, she doesn't like my mother calling me and scrutinizing me. Not too bad. Having a good day. She's calling me every 30 minutes, wanting to know where I'm at, what I'm doing, who am I doing it with.
Rick's family treats him as though he's 15.
My relationship with Jennifer is at a standstill.
For me to marry Rick, I need to know that he will not hide things from me.
Dr. Phil, can Jennifer and I resolve our problems and get married, or should we just call it quits?
Well, are you guys at this point seriously considering getting married?
No.
No.
Okay, so you've had those considerations before. Are you just having trouble letting go?
No, I don't think that's really the problem. Letting go, I mean, she can let go, and I believe I could too, but I mean, deep down inside our hearts, I don't think that we want to.
Do you see each other on a regular basis now?
We live together.
Okay, do you see each other on a regular basis now?
No, because he travels.
Okay, you're gone a lot,
Yes,
right?
Yes, he travels a lot.
Yes, I am.
Okay, and so do you really see each other? Do you sit down and talk about
No, we
this, or are
don't.
you just kind of ships passing in the night?
No, we don't talk about it. Usually it brings an argument up. We can't sit down and talk about it civilly. A lot of times we both walk in with good intentions, but we don't walk out with a positive answer.
How close were you to getting married before? You were about to send the invitations?
We were 5 months away from the wedding date.
Tell me what happened.
We had come back to Texas. We were living in Washington State, and there were some phone calls of somebody calling all the time, and I asked why she was calling. And he told me not to worry about it, they were friends. And basically, at that point in time, he said, well, I just don't want to marry you.
Well, I don't think it really happened like that. I mean,
Well,
I don't think it really necessarily happened that way. I mean, yes, there was a couple of phone calls, and yes, I didn't tell her, and I take full responsibility for not telling her at that point in time. And I had some reservations because the last relationship just wasn't resolved, and I'd gone away and I'd left, and so I really didn't have an issue with that, but she did call one time, and that's when I started becoming distant with Jennifer.
you know, question number 4 out of my 5 questions is, do you really know yourself, and do you really know your partner? I mean, because if you're going to get married, you have to know who you're bringing to the relationship. You got to know who you are. What's your baggage? What are your problems? What are your concerns and considerations? What are your values? What are your beliefs? And do you really know your partner? And under that, we have to list things like trust and values and all of those sort of things. Is a problem here that you don't have an answer to that?
When we were planning the wedding, I knew him. After he called the wedding off, that's when this started, and he hasn't been the same person since.
I mean, has he done something here where you're not going to trust him?
That's pretty much so, close to that.
Yeah. And that'd be a bad thing,
Yes.
going into a relationship with no trust.
I don't think you can go into a relationship if you don't trust somebody 100%.
So you're saying I really don't know my partner. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know why he was lying. I don't know why he's become distant. I don't know my partner.
I know why he was becoming distant, because he was going through what ifs that he needed to close with her. He wasn't being fair to me, and he wasn't being honest with me about it.
Did you consider going back to that relationship?
No, because there wasn't an issue of going back to her.
But you still have doubts about whether you want to marry Jennifer or not.
Yes, with the current situation that we're in right now, yes, I do have my doubts.
All right. All right, we're talking to couples who are trying to decide whether to get hitched or to call it quits. Now, Jennifer and Rick fell in love and decided to get married. But day to day, reality kind of got in the way, and it's in the way now. So let me focus on you for a minute, Jennifer. Given the situation, why would you not walk away from this thing?
We've made efforts to talk about things and try things to get in a better perspective of what I could do different in the relationship to help with us and what Rick can do different. And I'm waiting to see that, I guess, is that really going to happen this time? Because we've had this discussion before and nothing's ever changed. We don't communicate. All we do is holler at each other, or we sit in separate rooms.
Well, but there are occasions, we sit down and we'll talk. For the next 3 days, it will be like it was when we first met. I mean, it'll be awesome. I mean, I love those 3 days, but then something will happen or take place, which it could be anything. I mean, I could go play golf and not come home. You know, I told her I'd be home at 2 o'clock. I won't come home until 6 o'clock, but, you know.
But I'm having trouble getting an idea of how you feel about this. You're kind of like trying to nail Jell-O to the wall. You know, you can get it up there, but you just can't get it to stick. You know,
that's exactly right.
And that's kind of how you feel, right? You're
Yes.
kind of on again, off again,
Yeah.
on again, off again. And so I'm saying, look, we got like a 50% divorce rate in America. All right, and that's with couples who say, you bet, sign me up. But you don't trust him. And you shouldn't wade into somebody that doesn't trust you. But if that's the case, you have to decide, is this going to be a life sentence for him? Or, and if it is, you need to tell him. You just need to say, look, you blew it. You lied to me, and I caught you. You never even came and told me after the fact I caught you. And for every rat you see, there's 50 you don't. So I figure for the stuff I know, there's got to be 50 things I don't know. That's what you're thinking, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's exactly what she's thinking. She's thinking that she doesn't know the whole thing. What she knows is what she knows. And she's figuring that's the tip of the iceberg, right? All right, and if that's the case, then you need to tell him, just, you blew it. I don't trust you anymore, and I'm not willing to lead with my heart and do this again. It hurt too much before. Because I tell you, the only thing worse than being in a dead-end relationship for 3 years is being in a dead-end relationship for 3 years and 1 day. Didn't you say my greatest fear is not losing her as a fiancé, but it's losing her as a friend?
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said. But I believe, I mean, there's more to it than that. I mean, I think we have something really great, or it could be great, because it was great at the very beginning.
But, you know, the only time is now.
I agree with that.
You're saying at one time we were really happy. Well, hell, at one time I had hair, you know? But things change.
I understand that, and
Things change. You move into it's another era.
I know, but every time that it starts becoming great, something will come up and she'll throw the ex situation back in my face again.
But you're saying this like this is her problem. You ran this off in the ditch.
I agree with that.
You're the one that had the phone calls and didn't tell about it, whether you were doing something wrong or whether you weren't.
Right.
So you can't say be home at 2 and show up at 6.
I agree with that.
That just doesn't work. As I've said, people who have nothing to hide, hide nothing.
Right.
And so you've got to be willing to say, look, I created this mess, and I am going to clean up until.
Right.
Now, you got to be good faith and say it's not a life sentence, but you got to be willing to say, I'm going to clean up until. You know what? I'm going to be so transparent, you can find me 24/7. I'll put my phone on vibrate on the golf course. I play golf. You can put it on vibrate. Don't tell me you're a secret agent. I mean, really, I know what you're saying, but you've got to be willing to be checked on.
Sure.
I mean, because if you're going to be where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing, with who you're supposed to be doing it with, what do you care if she shows up?
Sure, I have no problem with that.
So you got to be willing to say, look, I will help you fix this, and then we'll see if it gets back on the road or it doesn't.
I've told him, I said, I have very little faith in you and very little trust in you. This is not going to be easy.
Well, are you willing to stop feeling the way you feel and try to work your way out of this? Because right now you're really playing the victim. You're really playing the victim. And you've got some basis for it in that he lied to you.
Right.
But that was then, this too is now, and you've got to decide we're either going to rebuild this or we're not.
Right.
And let me tell you, how much you trust him is not a function of his integrity. How much you trust him is a function of your ability to handle whatever he does.
Right.
Because if you say, you know what, I'm not some schmo here, and if I trust him a step at a time and he blows it again, you know what, I'll be okay. I can risk that. I can take that risk because I trust myself enough to say, hey, you blew it again, I'm out of here. This is about you, it's not about me. Sex is one of the most intimate and important experiences a couple can share. But my next guests say that in their relationship, it's become a bone of contention.
Eddie has trust issues and an anger problem. What sets him off is our sex life, or lack of, I should say.
I get all upset and march out of the bedroom and come sleep on the couch.
As long as he's having sex, I could care less how anything else in our life is going. He's happy.
Either she's too tired or maybe we had an argument.
I'm a very emotional person. If I don't have that connection, I don't want to do that.
I guess she just doesn't want to be with me, period.
Eddie's always accusing me of cheating on him. Calls me at least 2-3 times a day at work. So he knows where I'm at all times.
Nobody likes to be made a fool of.
He gets moody and snappy. He throws things. He's put a hole in the bedroom door.
We can't sit there and have a normal conversation because I'm mad, I don't want to talk. She's mad, she doesn't want to talk.
I get yelled at and treated like crap for days.
I have to figure out, well, why am I doing this, and get control of it before it really ruins our relationship.
DrPhil, should I stop the marriage and end this relationship to save myself?
Eddie, answer that question. Why should she put up with what you're introducing into this relationship?
I don't know. I don't blame her for not wanting to deal with the situation as it is, as far as that.
Well, so that's not a very compelling argument.
No.
I mean, why should she? I mean, she says you're accusatory. On the tape, you said he throws things, sex on demand, checks up on you, doesn't trust you, bitter, angry, no impulse control. How much fun are you to live with?
Well, lately, not very much.
So, am I missing something here?
Well, normally he has a lot more to say than this.
No, he said plenty. I'm asking you, what was your question? Did you write me saying, should I
end this relationship to save myself? Because I'm becoming a person that I'm normally not.
Well, question number 5 that I say couples should ask themselves before they get married is, what's the cost to be in this relationship? If it cost all of me to be half of a couple, the price is too high. If it cost me my dignity, if it cost me my self-respect, if it cost me my peace of mind, if it cost me all of those things, the price is too high. And you may be a great guy, but isn't the ticket, the admission ticket into your world, awfully high priced?
Well, it's not always that way.
It doesn't have to be always that way. It just has to be sometimes that way, enough that you have a woman sitting here next to you that's saying, you're driving me nuts.
The anger that I have, it's not pointed toward her, but it's something that I need to take care of.
It is directed at me.
So he attacks you, demeans you, accuses you, and then says, don't take this personal.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Right.
Is that fair and equitable to you?
No, I know it's not fair for her.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's just hard to get out of that feeling of there's always something going wrong.
Now, you guys have been together for 3 years, right?
Right.
Okay, and for all of that time, or most of that time, has Eddie been suspicious and accusatory, and
After the first year.
after the first year it really got it really got bad?
Yes.
And it still is now.
Oh, it's getting worse.
Okay, do you know why he's doing it? I can tell you why he's doing it. He's doing it because he can. It is a test. Every day he's testing you so you can prove to him one more time that you love him, that you won't leave him, that you will reassure him. And he's just getting a fix of reassurance every time you say, no, I'm not running around on you. No, I'm not cheating on you. No, I'm not going to leave you. It's test, 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 test. And you do it because you can. You are addicted to the reassurance. And so you build up the anxiety, then you knock it down with her reassuring you. You build it back up, you knock it down with her reassuring you, and it is in a vicious, vicious cycle. And you're gonna test her until she fails the test. And then you can say, see, I knew she would leave me. Is that what you want?
No, not at all.
Because let me tell you, I'm a pretty good read of people. And she's had it with you, buddy. She has. She's had it with you. I truly believe she's tired of reassuring you. I believe she's tired of being put through this inquisition on a regular basis when she didn't do anything to deserve it. True or false?
Very true.
You need to stop indulging yourself by getting your fix of reassurance every day. You need to put a lid on it and quit pestering her about it. How dumb are you going to feel if you spend your whole life worrying that she's going to cheat on you, and then there you are, 75 years old, slipping off into Never Never Land, and she never did. She never did. You're going to be laying there saying, I've been miserable for 40 years, and she never so much as showed up late. How dumb are you going to feel for having wasted all of that time?
I'm going to feel terrible.
Wouldn't you be better off to bet that she is a person of integrity and fidelity and give that a shot and enjoy the ride instead of being miserable every step of the way?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's times that I actually feel that way.
But you're playing those tapes because you say, I'll be feeling pretty good, and then something triggers. So every time you start feeling good, you say, yeah, I've been here before and got blindsided. And so now here I'm feeling pretty good. I better get a stick and go poker. I better go poker. You know, so she can say, hey, I'm okay, I'm all right, I'm still here, I still love you. But let me tell you, you're not even fun to live with. And you've heard that old saying, I wouldn't join any club that would have me as a member. Would you marry somebody that would put up with your crap?
No.
I mean, really, you wouldn't want to marry somebody that had so little self-value, so little self-esteem that they would put up with that abuse from you.
No, I don't want that in a relationship. I want it back the way it used to be when we first got together.
And you know what I said a few minutes ago about trust? This is a big issue about trust. Do y'all get what I was saying about trust? You know, how much you trust somebody depends on your confidence in your ability to handle what they might or might not do. And if you get to the point where you say, look, I don't know what she's going to do. She's never given me a reason to think that she's going to do something to hurt me, but she might, because people are human and humans make mistakes, and that might happen. But you know what? I survived it before, and I'll survive it again. So I don't need to play the game with sweaty palms. If she does it, she does it. I can't help that, and believe me, you cannot build a fence high enough around her that she can't escape and go do something if she wants to. Now see, that'll really send him off. But you know it's the truth.
Right,
you know it's the truth. You cannot watch her close enough, you cannot build a fence high enough around her that if she wants to cheat on you, she can't do it. So, I mean, what's the point in maintaining this vigil?
There is no point.
Then you need to give yourself permission to say, you know what, I'm taking my power back. I'm going to live in the moment, and in the moment, I've got a really good woman here that obviously loves you a lot because she's put up with a lot.
Yeah, she does.
So you need to tell yourself, I need to grow up and quit getting so many fixes of reassurance every day.
I agree.
All right, we've been talking about marriage, and you probably think I'm being pretty hard on the institution of marriage today, but the point is, I don't want to do it until you're ready to do it. Now, you guys stand up. After everything that we've been through today and what you've seen, do you think you're ready to get married?
Not yet, no.
Do you think you're even almost ready to get married?
No.
I mean, do you?
No, I don't.
I mean, if you did, because I know you say, you know, it took him forever to give me a ring. Okay, so now let's set the date and get this done. But, you know, that's why I asked you, do you want to be married or do you want to be happily married? You've got some serious work to do before you guys do it. And there are things that bug her about you, and we gave you crystal clear list of what they are. I mean, those are to-do things. Those are things that you should take that list and sit down and y'all should discuss them. You sit down and say, right here where I said selfish, I want to tell you exactly what I mean by that. And you tell me you're either willing to pay the price or you're not. You're either willing to change that or you're not. Okay? And I'm going to give you a list of 10 other things I want you to do. And I want to know, will you guys do that?
Yes.
And then come back here and tell us where you are?
You have to come back.
You don't have to, but you can. No,
I
will
can
you?
do it.
Will you do that? I mean, you got to really do the homework. I'm not going to let you come back till you do the homework.
We're going to do the homework.
Okay? Do you guys think they're going to do the homework, or you think they're going to go get married?
Do the homework.
Okay, they're all saying she'll do the homework. Yeah. Okay. You just as well surrender, buddy. All right, you guys stand up. Where are you guys at this point? Do you think you just want to be friends and go on, or do you really want to keep working on this?
I want to work on it.
Do you really? Now that means you can't hold him prisoner for the rest of his life, and that means you've got to be responsible in helping clean up the mess that, by the way, you made.
Yes, I agree.
Are you interested enough to do that?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah?
Yes, I do.
And you think you could string enough of those good days together that you'd create some momentum?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm confident in that area.
Yeah. If you guys think he'll do the work, raise your hand. Okay. Well, we'll find out, because I'm going to follow up with you guys. We're going to see whether you go home and go undercover on the back nine, or you do what you're doing. All right, you guys stand up. So, is there a future here? If you think there is, raise your hand. That's not very many. If you think there's not, raise your hand. Okay, you have not inspired confidence in these women. You have not inspired confidence in these women. They think that you are a paranoid controller who's going to smother her right out of your life. True? Yes. Is that pretty well said, if I do say so myself? That's the fear, and you're saying, I'm not going to do that. So if you're wondering if she's going to leave you, the answer is yes, if you don't change what you're doing.
Well, that's my plan, to do what it takes to change for our relationship to work.
We'll see, because we're going to watch you like a hawk. I'm going to watch you like you've been watching her. All right? Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.